Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, I don't have too much faith in UK's and US's intelligence services or their reports because of Iraq war as the prime example. The intelligence they provided then destroyed their last drop of credibility they might have had at that time, at least for me. The examples are numerous, and I don't have to go through them. And even if that would be the only one, it has such big implication on the world scale, and not only one country. It's imagine how many people died and in the process and all on all sides. But nevertheless, I will use this article just to discuss and see what could be the implication of this statement made by the UK Intel. This article comes from Business Insider from July 4th, 2022, and this is the title. UK Intel says Russia mostly controls one half of Ukraine's Donbas region and will likely switch to taking the rest. What do you think, they're going to stop now? And will likely switch to taking the rest. That's extra unnecessary. Goes without saying. The UK's defense ministry said Russia had seized half the eastern Donbas region from Ukraine. Officials said that Luhansk region was mostly Russian now, with Donetsk next in its sight. Yep, Russia has made slow gains in the region, grinding through hard-fought Ukrainian defenses. The Russian military has seized control of the last Ukrainian stronghold in the Luhansk region and will likely refocus its campaign on conquering a larger swath of eastern Ukraine, the UK's Ministry of Defense said. The ministry in a tweet early Monday said Russia has made a steady progress in its campaign to seize the city of Lysychansk. It's already done, the site of ferocious recent fighting. On Sunday, Russia drove Ukrainian forces out of the city, the last in the Luhansk region that still belonged to Ukraine. And I'm quoting, Ukrainian forces have withdrawn from Lysychansk, likely falling back to prepared defensive positions, tweeted the MOD. The city was the last remaining major population center in Luhansk Oblast under Ukrainian control. Why don't they fight them in the fields? Why only in the cities? Have you wondered? Why the Ukrainian army goes inside the cities and fight inside the cities and not outside? Why is that? Remember the Second World War? Remember Paris? When the Russians were advancing towards Paris, what did Paris do? Question? Answer. They declared Paris an open city. That means we have nothing to do here. Don't destroy our city. Fight our army. But here the army is among civilians in the cities, defending civilians in the city. For me, it shows something else. Hey, stay like this. I want to shoot. Oh, no, move here. Pum pum, pum pum, and using a handgun. Oh, don't shoot. That's a civilian right here. No. You see, it's kind of like that. And when the Russians are trying to pick these guys up, obviously, right? Like the Chinese embassy in Belgrade, 1999, casualties happen, unwanted casualties, right? You remember the embassy, Chinese embassy that was bombed by the smart bombs of the United States in Belgrade, and they say, oh, my bad. Who cares, right? That's what they said. Collateral damage, that's why they call it collateral. Now, those people had families, had children, had lives. Collateral damage, that's how they say. I said, what collateral damage? Anybody fired? Anybody court-martialed? No, not even the missile that was sent was court-martialed. So what do you want? Anyway, so I'm saying, why are these guys fighting inside cities, within the city's premises? Ukrainian officials have also acknowledged their defeat in the city, though President Volodymyr Zelensky pledged to retake it soon. Okay. The UK predicted that Russian efforts would now focus on Donetsk. Really? You're so smart. The more southerly region of the Donbas where it has made some limited gains. Yeah, I mean, we punch these guys, destroy them, let's go back there. The Donbas is economically important part of eastern Ukraine, comprising the administrative region of Donetsk and Luhansk. It has been the focus of Russia's campaign after the failure. I'm not going to read that because they talk about Kiev and that's a talking point. The fight for the Donbas has been grinding the attritional, and this is highly unlikely to change in the coming weeks, the US update said. Parts of both Luhansk and Donetsk have been occupied by separatist forces since 2014. What are you talking about? That's their oblasts. They declared independence. They said we're going to be autonomous here. If you not because you overthrew an democratically elected government in 2014 in Kiev with the help of outside forces, that means that's treason right there. We do not recognize that government that put itself in the new place after they overthrew the democratically elected government. What are you talking about? They took over. Yes, they took over. It's like here a county, and this county is made 99% of, let's say, Romanians and Romania, and 1% is made of, let's say, Ukrainians. What do you expect those 99% Romanians do when the guys over there, they take over, let's say we live in Ukraine? Why do I want to stay with them? No, I don't want to be with those guys. They're illegitimate. They are, but they were recognized immediately by their masters. Those thugs that overthrew the legitimate government, when they came to power, they're immediately recognized. Why? Because they were supported by them. Remember Victoria Nuland? Yeah, that one, yes. Another Zelensky, by the way. Just check her out. Another Zelensky. Remember how she talked with the American ambassador in Ukraine about who's fit to take over after the democratically elected president of Ukraine at that time was toppled? It's still available on YouTube, I guess. So yeah, parts of both Luhansk have been occupied by separatist forces since 2014. They didn't want to be part of that illegitimate government. How about that? And then what did those guys do? They attacked these guys. Why? After they said, no, Russian language cannot be used there, Russian language cannot be used there, but we don't recognize you. And they send the tanks over there. What are you supposed to do? Sit like a duck, like here? And then just take it bent over? No. They said, no, we don't do that. Hey, Russia, can you help us? Oh, yeah, sure. And then it was the Minsk agreements. How about those? That the Ukrainian illegitimate government, if you want to take that way, or legitimate because you recognize, right, did not implement. It's so much, here. So, yeah, it's the idea here is just because at the end of this article has this to say. Where is it? Ukrainian has said that urgent appeals. He made urgent appeals for more weapons from the West to halt the Russian campaign. Recently, the US has delivered HIMARS missile systems to Ukraine, allowing Ukraine to hit targets at a 50-mile distance. So this is why these guys are saying, the UK Intel. They say, well, see, the Russians are winning because you guys do not give them enough weapons. If you were to give them more weapons, the Russians would use. That's the only reason why they say this. They don't even believe in this. And if they said half of that, probably about 80% of that. If they say control almost, that means already under the Russian control. Because that's the way propaganda works on all sides. Yeah, so send more, therefore we're going to win. You're not going to have manpower to operate those weapons pretty soon. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.